This is Another Man's Nostalgia with John.
You want to say the plot? Mind if I say it?
Okay, I'll do the plot. Alright,
Okay.
Not what I
Chris
said,
just said I haven't done the plot in a while, and you said, okay, I'll do it.
oh, I thought you said you haven't done the plot in a while.
Chris.
So I also have an I and am in my name, so I made my own.
Is it like a site?
It's I am Zax Topero Jester.
And Justin.
I wish it would wipe my memory.
The episode starts now.
Hello everybody, welcome to Another Man's Nostalgia. We revisit everybody's favorite shows, movies, and games from the mid-90s to mid-2000s. Except for this week. No one liked this movie.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Golly. This movie
It's special.
was it special to you? Was it really?
Well, we'll get into it, but
Do you have a deep story for this, Chris?
not really. Maybe a little bit. I mean, I watched it when I was little.
God,
but
this movie wasn't. So much shit happened in this movie. It was crazy.
You know what's bad when John isn't even thinking of something good to say.
All right, so anyway, let's not talk about that movie right now. Let's talk about nostalgia news. All right?
Yeah.
Nostalgia news. That's our theme.
I like it.
I like it too.
It's pretty terrible.
All right, so how'd you guys feel about the SpongeBob letdown during the Super Bowl? Did you guys like it? Because everyone's going crazy over it.
It was terrible. It was terrible.
I knew it was gonna happen.
I can't believe they didn't even say one thing about at least saying like the verse once or something.
Do you think they just couldn't get the rights to it? I don't know what happened there.
No,
but it was
they
a
didn't
huge
care.
letdown.
They had it. Nickelodeon was there, and Nickelodeon owns that song. It's an original song.
They just didn't care.
Yeah, they just didn't care. I mean, Maroon 5 probably doesn't care what happens in there.
I told y'all when it started, it was only going to be 5 seconds or less.
Yeah,
and I was right.
You did. Yep. Yeah, it's terrible.
Yeah, I was super let down because I was looking forward to it. Sesame Street is celebrating their 50th anniversary pretty soon.
That's crazy.
Did you guys listen to, or did you guys watch Sesame Street when you were little?
Oh yeah,
when it was on. Yeah,
I was a Guy Smiley aficionado.
Oh yeah,
That is the game.
So-
That's the game show guy.
cool.
okay.
All right, so
some stuff there.
okay. I watched Sesame Street at my grandmother's house a lot, and this is my first time admitting this, but I used to watch Sesame Street like probably up until middle school.
What? So
because-
lame. What a baby.
Because
You didn't know how to count?
there was literally nothing else I could watch at my grandmother's house.
I know that
Went
one.
out
It's
after
A.
school. There was literally nothing. So
That's the number
I couldn't
3.
watch. It's not like I could watch any of the talk shows. Like
Yeah, I
that were
gotcha, I
on
gotcha.
around that time. I turned it on Dr. Phil one time, and she said, "Turn that devil off." So it's like. So, I switched it to Sesame Street,
Okay.
and I watched that pretty much through middle school.
Wow. Well, I hope you learned some stuff.
I learned so much.
That's
I
sad.
learned how to count to 10 in Spanish.
What a sad
There you
existence.
go. Oh man, that's funny.
I learned that the Cookie Monster was like my favorite. Cookie Monster
Nice.
was definitely my favorite. All right, so how did you guys feel about the Toy Story? Kinda teaser thing that they had. I thought it was pretty funny.
I like that they're not really giving away much of the plot, and they're just kind of showing you like little tidbits because they don't need to show you a real trailer. They just need to show you these little 1-minute clips, and people will see it.
Usually,
Do you think it's going to be as good as the other ones, or do you think it's just going to be kind of just out there, just one of their movies?
I don't think it can be better than 3, but I think it'll be okay.
They should have ended it at 3. In my
They
personal
should've.
opinion, they should have ended it at 3. It was a perfect let-off. I don't know why they're making a 4th one.
It will be good, but it's unfair to put it against the other Toy Stories. So compared to other
Why?
movies,
Why would that be unfair?
Well, no, I'm saying like to say it's a good movie. Like compared to other movies, it's going to be a good movie, but
Sure.
you can't say it's a bad movie because it's not as good as 3 or 2. Does that make sense?
I get what you're saying, but I disagree because
I disagree
shouldn't
too
make it.
because because if you can't do the content that you put into 3 and move it to 4, then you shouldn't make a 4th movie.
Yeah, but money.
Oh
It's
yeah,
true.
I forgot that money makes the world go round. Okay, so we can start getting into this movie now. That was my nostalgia news. Nostalgia news.
Okay. This week we
stupid.
watched. This week we watched Super Mario Brothers from 1993. Now you might be thinking the cartoon? No. Did you guys play the game? No, we watched that really bad live action one that came out.
Don't give
Really
it away
90s.
that it's bad.
I'm sorry. I know people are wondering if we're gonna like it or not. So this movie came out in 1993, bombed at the box office. Budget was $48 million. It made $20 million.
48 million? Was that for
Yeah.
like this movie had a lot of animatronics in it. Was that the thing that pretty much took all the money?
Yoshi was very expensive to make. So have y'all seen this before?
I never even heard of this movie until you mentioned it. So
Okay.
we should mention what we're doing. So
Oh
again,
yeah, sorry.
we are watching 3 really, really, really bad live action movies
Right.
that kind of were like dire to us, I guess, when we were kids.
They're live action adaptations of things that we loved when we were little, and I
Yes.
loved Mario so much.
Oh yeah, I remember just like growing up with you, like you would always talk about the Mario games and different things
Yeah.
like that. So
What a
Chris has
hipster.
Mario. I have Dragon Ball, the movie, the live action
Yeah.
movie,
And I have
and
The Last
then-
Airbender.
and then
Yeah.
Justin has Avatar: The Last Airbender. Those are gonna be. It's gonna be a great trilogy. It really
Yeah.
is. Starting with this, I just have a feeling it's just gonna be a really great trilogy.
Yeah.
Can't wait till it's over already. Justin, have you seen this before?
Way back when, and I remember
Okay.
it being shitty, and I was right.
But no, I remember I was so excited when I found out it was a thing, and then I got it and I like rented it, and I was like, wow, this is
Did you rent it from
not what I
Block?
was wanting.
Did you rent it
What?
from Blockbuster?
This was shit.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Why is it a shitty movie?
Exactly. I love your
that-
impersonations of me when I
I was
was
about to say, was that Chris as a little boy?
I'm Chris. It's a shitty movie. Boy Meets World.
Okay. All right.
Pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much. You guys want to do a quick plot point?
No,
Plot?
no,
Okay.
I don't. I don't want to.
I'll do it.
I don't even want to talk about this movie.
How about the
as
person
mu-
who?
any more than I
who-
have to?
How about the person whose movie it is on this one has to do the plot?
Okay.
Okay. So you have Mario, and and Luigi Mario.
Mario.
I totally
Mario.
forgot about that.
Name? Mario. Last name?
Mario.
Okay, what's your name?
Luigi.
Luigi?
No, Luigi Mario.
Okay, look, how many Marios are there between the two of you?
There's 3. There's Mario, and Luigi Mario.
Mike!
Yeah.
Why is his name Mario?
I don't know. Why not? It's a funny gag. It is really funny.
That's supposed to be funny. I just
guessing.
I thought it was stupid.
It was stupid.
Yeah.
Sorry. First, actually, we had a baby who hatched from an egg.
Is it as bad as Han Solo? How Han Solo got his name in the new movie?
It's worse than that.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah. But yeah. So, anyways, and then it's just the story of Mario. It's
yeah,
gets-
just so casually. This is the story of Mario.
Peach gets taken by King Koopa.
But it's
and
not
they-
Peach.
It's not. It's the Princess Daisy, which I don't really know why they did that. I think it's just because Peach is supposed to be Mario's. Daisy was supposed to be Luigi's. That was the original intent for Daisy.
Oh.
And then so Mario and Luigi have to go save him from King Koopa in Mushroom Kingdom. I don't know what's so weird about that. It's just
There's nothing weird about that. What you're
They
saying.
they stayed true to the Mario story, even if they did it in a very odd way. Okay, so that's the quick plot.
I really want to know some fun facts about this movie because this movie was fucking crazy.
Yeah,
Like so many things happened in this movie.
It was.
All right, so Justin, I want to hear the fun facts theme. You hyped it up a little bit.
Here we go. Dun, 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 dun. Fun facts.
All right. You definitely hyped it up.
I'm waiting for it to continue. But
The real one.
the real one? He was just joking with that one.
All right. So I have broken up the fun facts into 3 categories. So we have normal fun facts.
Ding.
We have almost casted as, or
Ding.
wishful casting. And last one is injuries.
Ding.
And we'll get into why.
There was injuries on the set
There's
of this
enough-
movie.
There was enough injuries to have its own plot or its own section on my fun facts.
Tell me right now how many people got injured in this movie. I just want to know. Just a rough
No,
number.
it's the third category. Wait.
rough number. 10?
8 or 9. Based on this.
Oh my god. Okay. All right.
Right, so this movie was bad. We all can agree it was bad. It was made, so originally they had a plot, and I'm going to read you the early plot. An early drafts of the script shows that Bowser only disguises himself as a human for the first 2 scenes. The princess character is named Hildy, and Bowser wants to marry her in an attempt to obtain the crown of invincibility in which he take over Mushroom Kingdom. Actual game enemies such as piranha plants and thomps would have made appearances. Toad accompanies the Mario Brothers throughout the journey. Luigi gets the raccoon power at one point. One of Bowser's lackeys tells Mario, "Your princess is in another castle." So pretty much this was actually going to be the actual
Yeah.
Mario story.
Yeah, no, it is. It sounds like the actual game.
Where's this
Yep.
movie?
But things went wrong.
What went
they-
wrong?
Well, so there's 2 struggling producers who fought over if this movie should be a children's movie or a adult movie. And they just kind of compromised with each other and made this weird mess that we saw.
Yeah, I was about to say, this movie kind of does seem like a mess between kids, and that's why I was
Yeah.
asking. One of my first questions when I had to this movie, and all my notes
Uh-huh.
is, I don't have a lot of notes on this. I say, I don't really have a lot of notes and what to say about this movie, but what was the age group? What was the age group that they were aiming for?
It's really hard to tell. I mean, it's impossible.
Because
to say.
there was some scenes I'm like, ooh, that was freaking edgy. Like, I don't
Yeah.
know if that was for kids. And then there was some scenes where I'm like, okay, that was really, really kiddish. I don't really
Yeah.
know.
Anybody stupid
What to
enough
say
to pay
about it.
money for it.
exactly.
That was their age group.
So this was a money grab. Was this a money?
Basically. Oh, absolutely.
So okay, who made this movie? Was it the Mario, like people that created Mario?
Mario.
The
released
Mario
the
people that
rights.
created Mario.
Yeah,
Yeah, there's a
No, you
company.
mean-
That wasn't my best sentence that I've.
There's
that
a
was
really
my best
famous
sentence,
company,
okay.
John. I'll let you figure it out. What is it?
Nintendo.
Right.
Okay, thank you.
No, Nintendo gave the rights to the company to make their own version of it. They
Why?
never did it. They have not done it since.
Why? Why did they do that? Why?
They have not made a live action theatrical film based on a video game franchise since. Nintendo hasn't because how badly this went.
This was terrible.
They claim that the script was written so many times, like rewritten so many times during production, that the actors stopped paying attention to daily rewrites and just kind of showed up and did what they wanted to do. Oh man,
God, this movie is so bad. They
So-
rewrote it that many times that the actors and actresses just said, "Fuck it!" Like we're
Yeah,
just gonna read it and just memorize lines.
yeah, exactly. The 2 main characters, which is Bob Hoskins, obviously as Mario, and then John Leguizamo. They hated working on the film so much they would frequently get drunk to make it through the experience. Both men apparently knew the movie would turn out so bad, or so they turned out bad, so they simply just tried their best on it. But yeah, they were drunk throughout like most of the movie.
I felt like I needed to get drunk to watch this.
Yep.
God.
Um,
They did a pretty good job hiding it. They didn't look drunk in it.
No, they didn't look drunk. Yeah,
They're
yeah.
responsible drinkers.
Yeah, Bob Hoskins says it was the worst decision he ever made to do it, to make the movie. He was really upset about it. So,
I can't really tell if it was the bad acting or if it was just bad lines given to good actors. and then the
Yeah.
actors just made it like super corny.
Well, Bob
Because it was
Hoskins
supposed to
is
be
a really
super
good
corny.
actor. John Leguizamo's
Yeah.
a pretty funny guy.
Yeah,
I really do
Bob
think
Hoskins.
it's mostly and Dennis Hopper's good too. It's a script.
Bob Hoskins didn't even know who Mario was before this.
What?
Because you have to remember, this was 1993. They'd only had like 4 or 5 Mario games, and games weren't that big at this point. So if you weren't a gamer, you weren't going to know who this character was.
It still had to be pretty big to actually think that making a movie would make money.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's true. Yeah, but and I knocked it at first. I was like, why is Bob Hoskins like growling and stuff? That's not Mario. But at this point, there was no like sound of Mario. Nobody knows the sounds of. Like, it was before the Mario 64 where he was like, like doing his little high pitched voice and stuff. This was,
Italian
earlier
plumber.
on. Italian plumber.
It's literally what you would think an Italian plumber would act like.
Yeah, an actual Italian plumber.
Mario, Scabelli's flooding the site.
We need your help.
Scabelli. Strap your belt on, kid. We're going in.
So I had a question. So it was Mario. It was the people that were in this movie, the characters that were in this movie. It was
Yeah.
Mario, Luigi, Yoshi, Daisy,
Yep.
King Kooper, and the Bomb.
Koopa, but yeah.
That was
the
pretty much
Bomb,
it that I
Toad.
got from
Toad was in it.
watching the movie. Was there anything else?
Toad.
Who was Toad?
The
he
rocker.
was the rocker who turns into a Goomba.
That was Toad.
That was Toad.
And then you had the Goombas.
Yeah, you
This
had the
movie was
Goombas.
so bad.
So it says that there's thwomps in it. I didn't see any thwomps. Or what?
I think there's like a
thwomps would've been.
reference to it, like
Yeah.
one of the bars.
Okay.
I don't.
Big Bertha, the big black lady who steals the medallion. She is a character. Big Bertha is a character in the.
Oh, the
Mario
big
game.
fish.
I thought that
Yeah,
was
the
Peach.
big-
That wasn't
Yeah.
Peach.
It wasn't Peach.
The big fat black lady that was in this movie wasn't Peach.
No, she wasn't.
No.
And Bullet Bills, was somehow in there too. I didn't see that.
Oh, that was
That's-
another bar or club.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. Bullet Bills sounds like it.
All right,
so they referenced a lot. They just didn't make any sense.
Didn't do good.
Yeah.
Didn't do a good job
Yeah.
of it.
Homebrew Tree Service has been providing the DFW area with a world-class tree care for many years. When it comes to tree services in the DFW area, you can trust them to provide quality work, low prices, friendly, and fair customer service. When you have a tree that needs to be pruned, or if you need complete removal and haul off service, you can count on them for a wide range of expert tree care. Go to www.hbtreeservice.com and sign up for a free estimate.
John, I'm glad you brought that up because I've been pining for a new service. Pine.
That was a great pine. That was a
Pine
great
puns.
Pine pun? Is that what you just said?
Pine fun, yeah.
Oh my god. All right, let's get into the movie. Let's dive right in. I'm kind of excited to just completely tear this movie apart.
Okay.
The first scene was really weird. There was this lady that was bringing a egg to the church, and the egg hatched, and it's a fucking human.
A human woman. I guess you don't know it's a woman yet. But it is a woman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All you
That's
see
pretty cool.
is it's a baby. Oh no, I forgot the first scene. The first scene is a meteor striking Brooklyn like 65 million years ago
Yeah, that's right. In cartoon.
in cartoon.
Yeah, yeah.
And then it goes to 20 years, and then it has the egg, and then
Yep.
it goes to Brooklyn present, and then it shows Mario and Luigi, struggling plumbers,
That's right.
living their life.
Maybe
Luigi's a gamer.
he's a gamer.
He's obsessed with the crime shows, which I thought was kind of funny.
Yeah. Mario is an older man, and he has a girlfriend who's weird. She's also old, and
I thought
is definitely not Princess Peach.
I thought she was a prostitute.
He was a prostitute. Yeah, no, she wasn't.
So you have you show Daisy, and
Yep.
Daisy is she's in college.
She's an
Is she in
archaeologist.
college?
She's a archaeologist. So then he meets Luigi, and they all go out to dinner with Mario, and that's when you found out Mario's name. So while they're eating dinner, though, What's happening at the construction site? Like they're
Oh,
it's something weird.
oh yeah.
Okay, so I don't know why they had to add this into the movie, but there was some mob guy that was trying to destroy the archaeologist's like dig site.
Yeah,
And,
yeah.
So he decided to flood it,
Yes,
and Luigi, being a plumber, knew how to fix it.
he did.
Which
He did.
is
It's
go
actually
get
Mario who
Mario.
fixed it. He didn't know
which
how.
is go get Mario, because Mario's the real plumber.
He's the plumber, the best plumber in the land.
Yeah.
he wanted
so
to,
then they-
he wanted to, get some of that Daisy ass, and he couldn't.
That's right.
Who would
Okay,
blame him?
Daisy was really good looking. She was really, really, really good looking.
She was.
Daisy.
She was a terrible, terrible actress.
Capelli! No! What did they do? What do you got down there?
Throwing everything on this stuff, huh? Thank God you're here. I mean,
What do you mean?
you're a plumber, right? Mr. Kelly's been trying to force us out ever since we got here. It's sabotage. Down here.
I thought everyone was a terrible actor and actress in this movie.
I didn't think Mario and Luigi were bad, and King Koopa was okay.
Yeah.
Everybody else was pretty terrible, but yeah,
It didn't matter.
Um,
I didn't really pay attention to her. Honestly, she was okay in my book. So
Oh.
okay, so Mario and Luigi apparently didn't know this, but Daisy is she's a princess, and she
Right.
gets kidnapped by, what are their names?
Spike and
I don't
Iggy?
know.
Spike and Iggy. The idiots that were in this movie, which gets
Yeah.
and they get smart later on in this movie, but they're still idiots in this
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah,
Nobody
nobody in this movie makes smart decisions. Even the smart
No,
people
no one does. No
don't
one
make
does.
smart decisions. Yeah,
No one
yeah.
does.
So okay, so then
I-
they good.
No, I was just saying. I feel like everyone's like IQ in this movie is below like 50. Everyone's.
Yeah, and then they chase the guys down there, and they get sucked into a wall, basically, right?
Yeah.
And
they
get
enter
this,
Dino-
it's called Dino Hatton.
Dino Hatton.
Is
Very
it
creative.
really? I didn't notice it. It's
It's-
called Dino Hatton.
Because it's not man Hatton, they're dinosaurs. So Dino Hatton.
Now, the design of the place, I really liked.
This movie
It-
stresses me out.
It-
How
it-
terrible it was.
The design of it was actually, it was very elaborate.
It was
The
cool.
$48 million went to use somewhere. Yeah.
Okay, so so did they use a lot of CGI, or did they use like a lot of stage building? Like, how did
A lot
they
of
do
stage
this?
building, a lot of makeup. Yeah. That's
A
what
lot
it
of
was.
practical effects.
A lot of practical
Okay.
effects.
Okay.
So they, sorry, what was I going to say? So yeah, so in this Dino Hatton land, the argument is that on Earth, men evolved from monkeys, but on Dino Hatton, man evolved from dinosaurs. So all these people are like dinosaurs, which I think is an
Which-
interesting idea.
I think it's stupid because it's saying every single species will eventually evolve into a human.
That's right. You don't
So
think so?
birds, no. Can you just picture a bird?
That's not how
that-
this works. That's not how
No,
any of this
no.
works.
No, that's what they're saying. They're saying that every single thing evolves from. They were saying a fungus evolves into a human.
That's what I'm
right.
saying. That's not how it actually would work, anyways.
No, but this is how the movie is. This is
Well,
this
there's
is,
a lot of things that
this
don't
is
actually
Power
work.
Ranger logic over here.
Power Ranger. I'd say it's. I think it's an interesting idea. It's
The idea
stupid.
is interesting. The execution
When
is
you-
shitty.
Just don't sit and think about it. Just don't think about it.
Just accept it.
Just turn your
and
brain
just
off.
move on.
Turn your brain off.
All right, let me do my second section of the fun facts. This is almost hired, or wishful thinking that they could get.
Oh god.
I'm excited.
Yeah, so you'll laugh at some of these because it's like there's no way they would have done that. Tom Hanks.
For who?
But listen, for Luigi. But wait, he was considered for the role of Luigi, but the failures of Turner and Hooch and Joe versus the Volcano led to the studio believe Hanks was no longer a box office draw. 1 year later, Forrest Gump
What?
came out.
What?
Yep, that is a
Are
actual
you-
thing.
Oh my god.
Arnold Schwarzenegger turned down the role for King Koopa.
That would have been great.
Michael Keaton turned down the role.
Get the meteorite! Mario, come back! Get that Mario and Luigi! They're making me mad!
Michael Keaton turned down the role for Koopa. One version of the script contained a cameo for Bruce Willis when he tunneled through the air ducts of King Koopa's castle.
Oh my god.
But he turned it down. Kevin Costner turned down King Koopa.
Well, that's
Of
exactly-
course,
that's 'cause
they
it's not an
probably
old man
saw the
sports role.
saw the script and they're just like, this is like the shittiest thing I've ever
Yep.
seen in my entire life. Why would I want to be in this movie?
I like how they were like wishfully thinking, "Oh, this movie's so good, we can get somebody like Michael Keaton or Arnold Schwarzenegger at the time."
I know that's oh my god. I can't even think of like
Get
a
the
really
princess!
famous actor. I can't even think of a really famous actor playing in this movie. I just can't. As soon as I saw the title of this movie and like just like the opening scene, I'm like, this is gonna be like the most awful movie in the entire world. I don't even know how they got a budget of close to $50 million. I don't know how you would get that from a.
But given at the time, Bob Hoskins was a big name, like he was.
Yeah, he was coming off of Roger Rabbit, I believe.
Yeah, he was a big draw, but nobody else should have been in this movie. Yeah, so that's about all those casted, but I thought that was pretty good. Okay, so yeah,
Tom Hanks. I can't believe. So here, let me get this straight. Tom Hanks didn't turn this role down. They didn't ask him because they thought he was not a big enough name.
Right. That's just to give you the type of manpower that was behind this movie.
That just sounds so ridiculous. Like to ever say that Tom Hanks wasn't a big enough. I know he probably wasn't a big enough name at the time, but just to say that he wasn't a big enough name that they turned down Tom Hanks for
1
this
year before
role.
Forrest Gump.
Yeah. It's just so ridiculous. This movie, that just makes me hate the movie so much more.
So you meet Toad, who turns into a Goomba, which really made me upset when I was little. So
Oh no, Toad!
Because Koopa has like a machine that makes people devolve, and also makes people smarter. So he devolves people into what is Goombas, but they don't look like Goombas. They're just They're just big bodies with very little heads of little reptiles, and they're really stupid.
You thought they looked okay. I thought one of them there's two types of Goombas or whatever you call them. There was like the lizard Goombas, and then there was like the dinosaur Goombas. And I thought the lizard Goombas kind of looked cool. The ones that the Toad turned into.
With like the oh no, those things look stupid.
I thought they were all terrible.
I thought they looked kind of cute.
They're tiny little heads.
I thought they looked kind of cute.
They're tiny little heads. They're fucking with me, man. It's stupid.
I thought they looked kind of cute. Is that weird?
Boy. Yes, it is.
I can honestly say that was one of my favorite parts of the movie.
Wow.
Seeing those.
I just picture you watching it with a little smile on your face, watching the Goombas go, "Aw, so cute."
They were cute.
You're sick of me, John.
No one,
no
one else agrees to that.
No.
While else is going on, and while they're looking for Peach, looking for Daisy, Daisy's in the castle, and you meet a little dinosaur, and his name is Yoshi, and he's green. It's pretty good.
All right. Yeah, this was fine. I didn't mind this.
I thought Yoshi was cute too.
You didn't mind Yoshi?
That was okay.
I felt sorry for Yoshi because he was locked up and then he got stabbed in the neck later on in the movie.
I know, it's terrible.
That's what I'm saying. Like, who was this movie for? Was this for?
It's really hard to say.
If I was a little kid and I just saw Yoshi get stabbed in the neck, I think I would probably cry.
Yeah, exactly. I know, right? So the Yoshi puppet was capable of making 64 separate moves due to 200 feet of cable crammed inside its 3-foot tall structure.
Wow.
So that's pretty impressive.
You said 300
feet.
200
feet
of cable.
inside of a 3-foot tall structure. No less than 9 puppeteers were used to operate the Yoshi puppet. Pretty impressive.
Yeah,
That's
I'd say
weird.
so.
Okay, so some person had like the jaw, some person had the left arm, some person had the right arm,
Exactly. So you know the scene when they first get there and they're like going through and they go to the clubs and there's like the stripper club, but it's like they're not stripping. Yeah, those are actual strippers.
This is such a bad movie.
They hired actual strippers.
Well, hey, if you're gonna go big,
Y'all say okay, so then they suit up and they wear the actual suits. What'd y'all think of the suits?
it was
I thought
good.
it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I know that was probably one of my favorite parts of the movie. They did show
Yeah.
like the Mario wearing the red suit and Luigi wearing the green. I thought it was weird how they got the suits though,
Yeah.
because they were in some like fungus infested like area, and then they were like, "Oh, you know what we should do? We should freeze them out." So they like turned on the AC through pipes.
Uh-huh. Yeah, right. Yep.
And then they're like, oh yeah, you know what the best disguise would be? If I just wear all red and you wear
Yeah.
all green and
That's right.
just
With
be
blue
really,
tits.
really baggy clothes.
Yep.
Sound.
But it looked pretty good.
Yeah,
think-
it looked good because it was just kind of a shout out to the game, but
Yeah.
otherwise I didn't feel like it was needed.
It wasn't.
Okay,
Um,
I mentioned the fungus.
This whole movie
That was
wasn't
a
needed.
really weird. That was a really weird part in this movie. Was the fungus that was everywhere around whatever you call this land? What do you
Well, it's
call it?
mushroom.
Dino
Mushroom
Hatton.
Kingdom.
Mushroom Kingdom. Okay.
And Mushroom Kingdom is mushrooms are fungus.
They are.
Huh? See how they did that?
They are.
See what they did there?
Yeah.
I want to say but it was it wasn't even worth an
Ouch.
So creative.
Yeah, that was so
creative.
smart of them to put those two together. It was great.
And
But-
Daisy's dad turned into a fungus.
Yes. So Daisy, okay, remember how we talked about at the very beginning of the podcast that how she hatched from an egg?
That's
So
right.
we don't even know who the fuck her mom is.
No.
Throughout the whole entire movie, throughout the whole entire movie, they're like, yeah, if you can even call him a man or something like that anymore.
Right.
Like giving like
Yeah.
hints that he turned into something weird.
Yeah. and boy was it weird.
So
Yeah.
you see this little fungus thing keep like trying to help everyone like when it
Uh-huh.
comes to the Mario Brothers in the movie, and then eventually Daisy meets like I guess the head of the fungus, and
Uh-huh.
it's this little thing that drops out of this pod that looks disgusting, and it looks like
Yeah.
a fungus head,
Right.
but
It's
it doesn't have a
gross.
face. It looks like a fungus head.
Wait, come on. Listen, I know this is gonna sound a little strange, but I want you to meet my father. Come on, Dad.
Oh, man.
Well, at least he was my father. He used to be the leader here until Koopa turned him into all this fungus.
I like how he's still like on his throne. Like there's a throne beneath him.
Like he's
like
the
he's
king.
still king. He's still the king.
I never even thought about it. This is so stupid. Okay. So yeah, apparently this guy, Daisy's dad, was the king of the Mushroom Kingdom, but
Yeah.
King Koopa turned him into a fungus because apparently that was his de-evolution. He used to be a
Yeah.
fungus before he evolved into
Sure,
an
'cause
actual
everybody-
human.
Because everybody evolves. Yeah.
Because everyone evolves into a human. This is so stupid. I can't believe I'm talking about this.
John, usually you're not so passionate. I get, like you said, this is one of the worst things you said we've watched. That must be why you're so passionate about it. Okay. Do you have any other favorite plot points you guys want to talk about? Any
I can tell you my
favorites?
least favorite plot point. But
Let me go into injuries while we do.
John
this.
is sassy today.
So here's my favorite section of the fun facts: injuries. So here we go. Buckle up.
All right.
During
so
a
ready
chase
for
scene,
this.
Bob Hoskins broke his finger when a van door slammed on his hand. For the rest of the film, Hoskins is wearing a cast that was painted pink to look like a hand. Okay.
All right.
Rocky Morton. So Rocky Morton was the director, and to get into this a little bit, we need to kind of explain a little bit about Rocky Morton. So Rocky Morton,
who did he play? Who is
he was a director.
Oh, okay.
He was crazy.
The director got injured?
No, he didn't get injured. But to explain his injury, I need to explain Rocky.
Okay, I got you.
So he was crazy. A lot of people quit this job because of verbal abuse by Rocky. Apparently, he was very mean. What was your fun fact, Justin? Because I don't remember what you said. Something about
Oh
t-shirts.
yeah, so apparently they made all the cast made T-shirts of all the mean things the director said.
Yep. So this guy was like nuts. He was just like snap at any moment. And at one point, he poured hot coffee on an extra's head because he didn't like the extra's costume. Injury. Okay. Due to drinking on set, John Leguizamo was hit by a car, breaking his leg. You can even see the cast in some of the shots of the movie. So when he was drunk, he got hit by a car.
That's hilarious.
Okay. And here's the craziest one. So the scene, okay, you know how they kidnap all those girls trying to figure out if any of them are princesses and they're all kept in hostages?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So apparently their names in the credits are Brooklyn Babes. Anyways, so
This is true.
The scene where Mario saves the Brooklyn Babes, and they escape via the ice tunnel on a bed mattress with the Goombas chasing after them was very hectic to shoot. The heads that the actors playing the Goombas wore were so heavy that they kept falling off. Well, on the mattress with Mario and the Brooklyn Babes, someone thought they were going too slow, so they loosened one of the wires that was pulling them.
God.
The crew stopped for lunch, and then they went back. Nobody checked the rig. They shot the scene where they flew out of the tunnel. Only they were going way too fast and out of control. With the exception of Bob Hoskins' stunt double, the rest of them were the actresses. One of the girls nearly fell off the mattress, and it would have been a 25-foot drop on the solid concrete. They all stayed on the mattress, but it flipped over once. But they flipped over once they landed on the ground, and they all smashed their heads.
Good lord.
aside from
On the concrete?
Yeah. Aside from some bruises, they all turned out okay.
Well,
They all
that's
could've
good.
died.
That's good.
Did y'all watch the after credit scene?
I did not. I didn't know there was an after credit scene.
I turned it off the
kinda
minute it turned off.
I kind of want to see it.
It's I'll play it or something. It's the creators of Mario, like the Nintendo guys, right? The Japanese guys. And you don't see who they're talking to, but they say,
Well, I must say we have a very exciting proposal.
A video game based on your many adventures.
What would you call it?
Iggy's World.
The Indomitable Spike.
The Super Koopa Cousins.
they turn, and it's Iggy and Spike.
Oh,
Is that
God.
funny?
That's weird.
Okay.
One of them should have been Wario.
Yeah,
the
but-
kind of slinky one, he should have been Wario.
But Wario wasn't really tied to the Mario games at this point, because he was kind of just made that.
Well, they made every other
games.
fucking connection that didn't make sense.
True. All right, least favorite points. Let's get
If you
into
want
it.
to, if you want to connect mushrooms to the fungus person that was in there, you can connect anything. I want to say my worst scene in the movie though.
Go for it.
Okay. There was a scene in the elevator.
Ah, yes, the elevator scene.
This was okay. This is how strongly I feel about this. This was the worst scene that I've ever seen in a movie. Period.
Good lord.
Okay, explain why it was so bad.
So Goombas.
I thought it was quite charming.
Goombas go into this elevator, and apparently they don't see Mario and Luigi standing off to the side of this elevator, even though you
Right.
can clearly see them. So.
Right.
Every time that a new Goomba comes into this elevator, it goes onto the opposite side of the Goomba that came in before. So
Right.
it either will come into the back of the Goomba or the front of the Goomba. And the
Right.
Goombas kept turning around to whichever side that the door opened. So to prevent themselves from getting caught, they would just turn themselves around with the Goombas.
Absolutely.
That was horrible.
Okay.
So then music starts playing in this elevator, and the Goombas, Mario and Luigi are trying to figure out how to get out of here. So Luigi comes up with this cockadoo plan to have the Goombas dance to the music, so they'll be distracted so they can escape.
That's right.
Oh my god!
I see nothing
That's
wrong with
their-
it.
So what Luigi does is he touches the hips of one of the Goombas and starts to sway it back and forth, And he does it to every single one of the Goombas in the elevator, so they start to dance.
Still not seeing any issues. But then through the rest of the whole movie, they dance the whole time. Like anytime you see them,
it makes no sense.
you know what? If you ever met a half dinosaur, half man, and they didn't dance, then you can make fun of that scene. But we don't know. Maybe that's how they are.
John, I think you're being way too critical of this.
John's very passionate. One of the fun facts said King Koopa was based on, or it said King Koopa may have been based on Donald Trump. But it said may have, so I didn't want to say it was official. It was an official fun fact. But that was just what it said online.
Oh, I can see it.
You gotta see it, yeah.
I think that's fair.
Did you see how he was like hitting onto the princess too?
Yeah, I know. And then like he has a little tongue come out and like
he was
slithers.
like, once you kiss a lizard, you never go back. Okay, so hey, we need to explain what Cooper was. Cooper is a Tyrannosaurus Rex evolved into a human.
Yes. What'd you think of his hair? Not bad. Has like little bumps in it.
A little kinky. I like it.
Oh, what'd you think of his wife or his girl?
What was she to him? Just like some person he just banged all the time?
I think so. I think it was a side piece.
Okay.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
I hate this movie.
All right, y'all want to do final thoughts?
Yeah.
Final thoughts. I know I'm going to get 2 points out of this. It's obvious, but Justin, why don't you go first?
This movie really sucked. But it was like, it wasn't like so bad that I got really mad. It was just so fucking Medicore and just lame that there wasn't really one part I was like, God damn, that's stupid. I just thought it was just a bad movie. Like, there's going to be bad movies that you rage at, and there's bad movies that you're like, this is just a bad movie. That was it for me. It wasn't... It was bleh. No points.
Okay.
Bleh.
This is bleh. John?
Was there a Super Mario Brothers movie 2? Because
No.
there was a cliffhanger at the end of this movie that symbolized that there was going to be another movie.
It was a very Back to the Future type of cliffhanger. No, because of how badly it did, unfortunately, they did not pursue a sequel. But I think we all wish we could have seen what that would have been.
I would pay money
It
to
would have
see
been
that.
quite something. Yeah. All right, John, what do you think?
Okay. I think you know how I feel. I hated this movie. It was
Okay.
it was the worst thing that we've watched
No,
to this point, in my opinion.
it was
Okay.
not.
Yes, it was. Okay, so
Yu-Gi-Oh is the
here.
worst.
Hold on. I'm gonna name the awful things that we've watched. Okay.
Okay.
So we've watched. Okay. Apparently, Dragon Ball Z was awful,
Yeah.
but it wasn't awful. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, you said was
Yeah.
awful, but it wasn't awful.
Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yu-Gi-Oh was terrible, but that was terrible.
Yeah.
How can you say that this was not as bad as Yu-Gi-Oh? Yu-Gi-Oh at least had some type of story that it was, you could understand it. Now it was a bad story, but you
Yu-Gi-Oh was
understood the
worse.
story.
The only reason that this isn't worse is that it's an hour and 30 minutes long, not
20
however many
episodes
hours.
of the
Yeah.
same card game. Or 30 episodes of some guy just yelling, "Ha!"
Yeah, exactly. Are you watching this new Dragon Ball that everybody's freaking out about?
Okay, so are you talking about Dragon Ball Super Brawler?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't really want to watch that movie until I finish Dragon Ball Super, because that's what I'm
Okay.
watching right now, and they are going to the Zeno tournament. So
That means nothing to me.
I'm watching that right now.
Is it called
I know I
Super
keep-
because it's
I know-
super shitty?
I know I keep saying that, like, oh, this is so good, you should watch it. No, this one is like Dragon Ball Super is like 100 times better than what we watched when it came to the Frieza.
So
Is
it's
it
just
still
bad.
is it still one big fight for like 10 episodes?
So
Yep. Nope,
when it-
I'm not watching it.
I'm not interested in this.
If I had to, I would just show you like the fight scenes. They don't have fight scenes that like last like 4 episodes. No, they
It's
don't
only
have any of
3.
that. It's 2.
Okay.
They shortened it by half. Okay.
Is it a lot of oh, you haven't even seen my best shot yet, and then they do something.
I'm not
different,
even
and
at
like,
my highest power level.
Yeah, not even a scratch on him. I saw an article today, and it said something like they just raised the power level of Frieza or Gold Frieza. I was like, who cares?
There's a gold Frieza.
They did just raise the power level for Gold Frieza. Goku and Frieza are like evenly matched now. It's crazy.
Because they weren't before. All right. My final thoughts. Sorry.
So okay, hey, yeah. Stop distracting me from this awful movie. This movie was terrible. I hated it. Please do not make me watch anything similar to this movie that has to do with Mario.
Okay. I also did not like the movie, but I'm going to play devil advocate here for a second. I want you to think about this.
Okay, hold on. You can't say anything positive about this movie. If you do, I don't think we can be friends anymore.
I'm not going to say anything positive about the movie. The movie was terrible. But I want you to think about it from this point of view.
No.
This movie came out in 1993, okay? The only Mario they had before this was 2D sprites on 8-bit and 16-bit consoles, right? And they had never made a live-action... This is the very first live-action game movie ever made. So they didn't really know what people wanted.
This is the foundation of live-action games?
Of all the terrible live-action games that have come after this. Because there hasn't really been any good ones.
Because it was the first one?
No, let me finish. But if you think about the plots also of these Mario games, there's no plot in the originals. All the 2D Mario games have really no plot. You go through the little world, and then you just go to the next world and go to the next world. They had to make it. They made an entire elaborate thing. Nowadays, there's a whole canon of Mario. So to compare it to that, it's not. If you're going to judge this based on a Mario game, I don't think it's fair to judge it on a Mario game as bad. Now, if you want to judge it on a terrible story in a movie, yes, it's a terrible movie.
Okay,
it is absolutely terrible.
No one in this podcast right now is saying, "Oh, they didn't stick to the Mario story."
right.
This is terrible. I cannot believe that they didn't use the little.
I am
tunnels
that's
in.
I mean, that's one of the reasons I didn't like this movie. I didn't like this movie because Toad was turned into a Goomba, and he was just some weird guy who liked music. I was upset about that kind of stuff, but
a shitty movie is a shitty movie. Just because you don't have backstory doesn't mean you can't make a good backstory.
I completely agree with you, but I'm just playing devil's advocate there,
and I'm playing devil's bully.
Okay, all right. So, anyways, it's a terrible movie. We don't have to forfeit points on these three because we're all going to lose points if we do that. So these next three we don't have to forfeit. But
I don't think so. I think mine's gonna get points.
I don't think it is. I don't think it is.
Yeah, have you watched mine yet?
There's a chance that I'm gonna like yours, John, because it's not 8 hours of fighting. It's an actual short movie.
No.
All right, so no, 0 points. I know, probably 0 points for the next 2 weeks too, but that's fine. All right, Justin.
Next week, we're watching The Last Airbender, the live-action version of Avatar.
With Ong.
Stop
Ahsoka.
it. Ahsoka. Oh, man.
This is going to be one of the most painful things ever.
Okay, so I don't know if you guys have watched this movie since it got out in theaters.
No.
Nope.
I've only watched this movie once, which was in theaters.
Me too.
So, okay, so this is exciting. I remember at the time it made a lot of money in theaters, though. It made a lot.
It made a lot of money, but yeah.
The first weekend because we were suckers.
Yeah.
I don't think it made it that opening weekend though, did it?
I mean,
most of its
people
money?
saw it. I mean, it was a kids movie and it was out at a certain time. I have a really funny story about when we saw a trailer for it.
Right before that, I saw this movie. I saw the whole entire series.
Yeah, you're gonna hate it.
I rewatched the whole entire series right before the movie started, and then I watched the movie and everything was fresh in my mind. So I don't think it's gonna be as terrible as I remember it.
Okay, we'll see.
You might get a point from me, Jesse.
I challenge that.
We'll see.
You might get a point.
If I get a point from you, I would be ashamed of you. I'm gonna be honest.
You would be ashamed of me?
Because I wouldn't know. I would ask, why do you have shitty taste in movies?
Yeah.
Damn. Maybe I have shitty taste in Friends. What do you think about that, Justin?
Talk about you too, Chris.
Oh yeah, good point. Come on, man. That's not cool.
Jerk. Chris, I wasn't talking about you.
Okay, continue. All right. All right. John, you want to take us home?
All right, yeah. So I wanted to say something that I haven't said before. We do have a lot of episodes that aren't like in chronological order. You guys can go listen to any of our episodes when it comes to just like Smallville, or if you want to listen to season 1 of Batman the Animated Series, or Dragon Ball Z, or like Pokemon, different things like that. You guys can go listen to those. They're really good episodes. I know I would really like it if other people just knew about, I guess, different things that we do, because a lot of people, they just kind of listen to week to week to week, and then we get new listeners and they don't really go back. So if you really want to go back, we have a lot of cool content. Just saying. If you want to find us on social medias, we are on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Another Man's Pod at just Another Man's Pod. If you want to email us, you can email us at anothermanspod@gmail.com. Please please leave a review on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Okay, so yeah, if you want to go donate some money to us on Patreon, you can. We give out some additional content when it comes to our Patreon, members. Yeah, next week we're going to watch Avatar: The Last Airbender live action movie.
Yeah!
So excited.
All right, guys. Thank y'all for listening. We'll see you next week.
Peace.